So let's now do the roof. So we have here the legend for the roof. So we're going to build this first. So let's go to our Revit software. And under architecture, we have here roof. Okay, so it works similar to a floor, but of course there are other ways of creating roofs and other parts of the roofs that we can add. So we're going to use the roof by footprint. Now, when you're creating roofs, you can add an overhang and you can also define the slope. Since this is a flat roof, so we're not going to define the slope. We're going to build this at the office area first. So top of steel office will be the level we're working on. So it's a simple squarish roof that we're going to be building. So we're going to select or pick the walls. Okay. And then, well, we need to, of course, create the roof first. So edit the type, okay, duplicate, and let's go back to our PDF file and copy this. That will be the name of our roofing material. Remove the column. So that we R1 EPDM rigid insulation on metal deck. Okay, so yep, click OK. And don't forget to edit the type. Let's look at our roof. So we have here a 35 mm metal deck. Now, we do not have that webbing profile here, unfortunately. Right? So if you just click OK to this for now, and click OK to that, see, we don't have a roofing material that has that same right metal deck. So this one is a steel truss insulation on metal deck. So that's a steel truss. So anyway, we'll work with this for now. So go back, edit the type, edit the structure, and then add the 35 mm metal deck. So copy that. That will be our structural membrane, structure 1. For the material, we're just going to say, look for metal. Okay, let's say metal deck. Now, if you want to, again, I do have a duplicate here. So let me get that and simply rename that to 35 mm metal deck. So make sure you duplicate this asset and click OK. So that's 35 mm. So we're just going to say 35. Then we're going to insert a vapor barrier. So let's insert that. Okay, and make this a membrane layer. And let's look for a vapor retarder. So again, if you want to see vapor barrier instead, duplicate that and name this vapor barrier. Okay. And then don't forget to duplicate the asset and click OK. Next, we have a 125 mm rigid insulation. So let's copy that and add or insert here a layer and name this a thermal or air layer and search for insulation. In air, let's see, rigid insulation. So just say insulation, okay, rigid insulation. If you want the 125 mm, you can again rename this, but for now I'm just going to select that and change the thickness to 125. Then let's add another. This will be our 10 mm EPDM roofing. So copy that, and this will be a our finish. Okay, let's see if we have an EPDM. Okay, again, if you want the name similar to your title, you can do that. For now, I'm just going to select that and then place here 10 mm. So 10. Now, our roof has a slope so that water will not stagnate in an area. So it will slope toward a drain. Now, we want our rigid insulation to be variable so that it can actually have a varying thickness. So the EPDM will go along the slope where you are pointing toward your drain. So make that variable. Click OK and click OK. Then we're going to pick the walls. Okay, we'll pick this, pick that, pick this, and pick that. So notice that our roof, okay, roof wall actually, in this case, it's at the outside, right? So maybe we want that at the inside. So yeah, we can still change that later. This one is in the inside, so that should be okay. And this one is also the inside. Okay, so footprints can always be edited after, so don't worry. Like again, we're going to trim, 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 and trim. Okay, and like I said, if we want to, we can always bring this in, maybe to that point, and I think we're good. Let's see what we have here. Click on OK. Don't attach. Okay, and what happened? Well, we'll see. We can always cut a section or check our section. And for some reason, our roof went to the top of steel office. We were at the top of steel office, but for some reason, the base level here wasn't set. No worries. This is Revit, so we can always say top of steel office. There you go. Now, looks like we have it placed correctly. It's the wall that we need to actually change or make some changes. Normally, right? Most probably the roof will go to the wall, and here we will have a different wall material. We don't want our gypsum board and all these other materials to go above the roof level. So we're going to place here another roofing, wall material, very similar to this, except that we will not push or uh, place all this interior material like the gypsum go through the roof. We can also, if you remember, unlock this so that only this part of the wall will go up. So that's something that we can also do. And then maybe remove the parapet. So those are the things that we can do for our roof. Now notice that the roof is still flat, but if we go to our 3D view, we can always place the drain where the pipes are, or it can drain at the side, so there will be a slope towards the side of the building. So we're going to do that next.